Tog to tog to tog to tog 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 to tog to tog to tog 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 to tog to tog to tog 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 to tog to tog 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 to tog tog. Okay, I'll stop. Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the TOG II, a vehicle that is very long, which the ladies might like. Unfortunately, when it comes to survivability, it's not the best case for a tier 6 heavy tank. Yesterday's video had quite a few comments suggesting for me to play this tank, so I guess I will appease the masses and enjoy the TOG II. Now, let's talk a little bit about the TOG and its gun, its mobility, everything it's got going before it, before we get into some gameplay. The first thing is that the TOG actually has an absolutely fantastic gun, with 2,100 damage per minute, 0.326 dispersion, fantastic standard pen and premium pen, and even though its penetration isn't anything amazing with the standard, it's still good enough to get the job done. The average damage is fine at 160, 10 degrees of gun depression, and a top speed of 20. The real thing about the TOG that makes it super strong is the 1,640 hit points. That is more hit points than your average tier 7 heavy tank, which is going to allow us to be very, very muy agresivo. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we got two TOGs actually in my garage. We got this and the Blastoid. So, if it ends up that I die within the first minute of the battle, we'll just play in the Blastoid. And I don't really like the Blastoid, I'll be honest. It's kind of just a worse TOG. I think it has 200 damage per shot, which is nice, but everything else is awful, especially the gun depression, which kind of defeats the purpose of the vehicle, in my opinion. Oh yeah, here we go. Battle number 1. We have a Jagdpanther and a T-25-2 in Tier 7, and a Tiger 1 Baron. Okay. We also got an AMX 12-ton, Nazorn, a VK-2801, and a VK-3601H. Okay, well, we're going to start off by making our way over towards Base A. Now, a lot of the things that British tanks feature is great power to weight, so you can see that we will always be at 20 kilometers per hour. Unfortunately, that's as fast as we're ever going to go. This vehicle is literally wider than both lanes on the road. That is insane. Well, speed is key. Now, for anybody that doesn't actually know too much about the TOG's historical background, this was a tank that was based off the Mark I Heavy, essentially. It was designed without suspension, and ideally the way that the British Army thought of it was that, well, World War I worked out well for the Mark I Heavy, so let's continue this design in World War II. Unfortunately, it was quite a terrible idea. I think the design was mainly meant for trench crossing, that's why it's such a long vehicle. Unfortunately, the only trench they were crossing was the only one into their own grave, so yeah, not the genius idea out there. But, I mean, we're dealing damage. We've already dealt about 300 hit points to that enemy Nazorn. The great thing about this tank is with so many hit points, you don't need to worry all too much about bleeding any health. Even if we get shot by somebody, we can easily just outtrade them with the amount of health we carry. Now, we got the AMX 12-ton off to the side, and he is AFK, so I'm gonna absolutely enjoy farming his tank. There's 1, 2, oh yeah, give me all of your hit points, and 3. No more AMX, okay. Well, we know the Nazorn was in the back, and I would expect him still to be there. We've got the Tiger 1 and the VK-28 in the front, and the nice thing is that we have 170 standard pen, which means I can actually cut right through the Tiger's lower plate. There you go. That's 300 hit points we took off of that Tiger 1. Now we're going to aim it on the VK-28. A bonk, thank you very much, once, and we're going to keep on reloading. Now, the TOG actually got buffed in armor to a point where it's not too bad. I mean, it's not great on armor, but it's not bad either. It'll definitely get the occasional bounce here or there, which is actually kind of funny. This Tiger is just absolutely devastating his own hit points. I'm not even sure what his plan is here, but I am oh, well, I thought he was going to keep on driving. Unfortunate for me, but it won't matter too much. We're still going to get another easy slap into the rear of his tank, and with that, we're over 2,000 damage at this point. Now we're going to jump off a cliff. Hoo-ah! Oh yeah, look at that. The most beautiful cliff jumping you have ever seen in the TOG. Unfortunately, we did not pen that T-25-2 with that shell, but it also doesn't seem like it all mattered too much. That guy is dead. Okay, well, we got the VK-28. Okay, interesting. That shell did not want to penetrate at all. We also got the VK-36. That hurt, but you're not going to stop me. Hoo ha ha ha. Oh yeah, you can try and kill me all you want, but I'm going to keep on slapping you. Now, we may be low health, but I think we've already done our job in this battle. The enemy team is basically dead. We're still alive, which is honestly pretty impressive. And at this point, all I need is one of my 5 camping tanks to move up. VK is going to die. I guarantee that the Shag Panther is still waiting here. There's no way he moved. Oh, wait, he did. Ha-ha! Boom! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my god, I sounded like Chewbacca there for a second. Hello, VK. Goodbye, VK. Alright, well, all that's left is the enemy VK over here. The only problem is that the TOG is not known for its turret armor. That's definitely one of the things it will not be getting a lot of bounces with. But we will be getting a lot of bounces if we side scrape. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, eat this. Oh, well, maybe don't eat that. I take it back. Message retracted. Either way, that was an incredibly good game for the TOG in our first battle. We did over 3,000 damage and came out with an incredibly easy victory. Now, I'm not going to say every game's going to work out like that. That Tiger had literally no clue what he was doing, but to be fair, it is tier 6 and 7, so I expect the majority of players in lower tiers to have absolutely no clue how to play. We pulled out a mastery, pulled out a high caliber, and with that, I would expect to make a pretty decent chunk of credits, 105,000. That is a dub. That is an absolute win in my books. Now that we have played the TOG, we're going to pull out the Blastoid. Or I like to call it the Asteroid, because it's just ass. It's pretty bad. Alright, well, let's put on that. There you go. Claim this. And, yeah, the Blastoid features, I do like the alpha. 200 damage per shot is better than the TOG's 160, and the pen is the same. Everything is fine about that. I don't mind the worse penetration if it had any. I wouldn't have minded it having worse DPM, which it does have. I don't mind the worse aiming time. What I dislike is the gun depression of 5 degrees. Why, oh why, Wargaming, did you only make this tank have 5 degrees of gun depression? I wouldn't have minded anything else if you had just kept its gun depression the same. But the fact that this tank has a half the gun depression of the TOG is just terrible. Alright, battle number 2 on a map that requires gun depression. Well then, that's gonna suck. Alright, well, it's a tier 5 and tier 6 game, so at least I got that going for me, but the tier 6s they have are very, very deadly. For example, they have an SU-100Y. So, I guess we'll find out how this works, but as you can see, that just looks stupid. Why is that my max gun depression? Like, come on, Wargaming. Honestly, I do think that this is one of the coolest looking tanks Wargaming's made, especially for Battle Pass. It just looks sick. Kind of looks like a gaming computer with the RGB and everything, so, yeah, I actually really like the look of this vehicle. Up the hill we go, super frickin' slow, and wow is this thing slow. Of course, the entirety of the enemy team, or our team, is going to Seaside as well, because Wargaming said, ah yes, you know what, Rootles, we are going to give you an entire medium lineup, even though you are in. Ow. Okay, well that's already the Dicker Max shooting me, guaranteed. But, yes, let's give Droodles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 medium tanks. That way, he can enjoy suffering. Well, let's see if we can do anything. Go! Go! Alright, come on, Churchill. Hooah! I thought that was actually part of the tank, but I guess not. I think for the normal Churchill that is, but I guess not for this vehicle. Well, we got a nice shot into the T-37 at least. Our Nazorn clearly has no clue what the heck he's doing because he's already dead. That's actually thoroughly impressive how quick he managed to die there, but I mean, that was expected with the amount of tanks the enemy team has camping in the back. Okay. Well, in this situation, I'm not really sure what to do. The enemy tank destroyers are all just sitting in the back. Oh, maybe I can get a shell into the Leopard. Hooah! Yeah! Eat that, poob! Haha! Oh my god, he can't even pen me. That's so sad. Goodbye. I do like the Alpha. As I said, the damage per shot is nice. If you're able to connect your shells, it hits really hard. And, for example, like on that T-37, yeah, that guy, he's probably not enjoying our Alpha all too much, let's be real. But, at the same time, you do have some big downsides. So, it's a hit or miss when it comes to the Alpha on this vehicle. Now, the SU-100Y put himself in an absolutely awful situation, so that's good. That gives me an easy opportunity here. We still know that the Dicker Max is all the way off to the side. I'm not gonna deal with him as of yet, so I'm gonna turn this way. Sorry, MT, did you want to get around me? You gotta wait! You gotta wait for my big old Chungus to get around. Big Chungus, big Chungus. I don't really see much going on right now. I mean, we know that the Dickermax is still camping in the back. I would guess the Skoda T25 is also camping in the back. Hello! Haha! Big old slapperoonie into you. And you know what? You're probably going to out-reload me, but I could care less. Never mind. Well, we know that the Dickermax is back here, so I'm going to take a blind shot at him. Doesn't really hurt too much. We're going to reload and take another blind shot. Ooh-ah. I like how this guy knows who I am, but he's camping at the back. You don't even get a smiley face, you get a slanted face. When you know who I am, but you're camping at the back, that's a big fat L. That's not only a big fat L, that's a big stinking fat L. Well, I mean, we're getting some shots out. Oh yeah, hello Mr. Skoda, how you doing? Yeah, oh. Well, bad dispersion moment. Let's try that again. Hello Mr. Skoda. Bad dispersion moment. Let's try that again. Hello! Oh, yeah, I thought that missed. I thought that missed. It did miss for a second. You watched it. All right, let's try it again. Oh, yeah. Not so fun anymore, stinky man. All right, now let's start shooting the Dickermax. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice 183 slap into his vehicle once. And let's go for one more slap. Hoo-ah! Ricochet. Okay. Okay, Wargaming. Let's try it one more time. There you go. Not bad. 2,200 damage as an overall result. So there you have it. I can tell you for a fact that if we were in the normal TOG, we probably would have done better, because not only do we have more DPM with the normal TOG, but as well we have the gun depression to work that ridge line, and we also have just a flat better accuracy value. So yeah, I don't know. I think the Blastoid's fun. I think the normal TOG's better. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, but people wanted a video on the TOG. And you got it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.